It's never too late to go trick-or-treating and beg for candy. Our goal today is to buy the full-size Choco Bars for $66 billion. And we currently have 0, so we better start. We get 75 cents every cycle of this, so we got a few clicks to go. I've done worse things for less money in my days. And with the final click, we have the $6.12. We need to upgrade that. Now we get $1.50 per click. We had a 100% raise. The difference really will be noticeable later when we're making a little bit more money than like $1.50 per click, but now we're up to $2.25 per click already because this thing is level 3. And before you know it, we'll be able to ram that dandy candy straight in our mouth. $71 is all it's gonna take, but we already had enough for a few more levels up for this, so we're up to $3.75 per click. So it's really only 2 clicks to be able to afford an upgrade here, so I'm getting carried away at this point. Things are getting real crazy already. What even is this? A mud puddle with a cowboy hat on. Not really sure what to make of that, but we got $42, so we're gonna buy 4, 5, 6 upgrades. Now we make $8.25 per click, so dandy candy is really only less than 10 clicks away. And I'm gonna sit here and make you watch each and every remaining click, just because I can, which really only is that many. Dandy candy, that's $20 per cycle, but it should go slower. That's okay, well that one's going, I can go back to clicking my cowboy mud puddle, which could probably actually be something of a name for some kind of adult video. But no need to speculate too much on that. Just before this closes, I'm going to spend $74 upgrading it. Now it's $40 per cycle, which is pretty good. This one's probably still better because that's only 5 cycles up top. Well, maybe this one's still better, but either way, we're starting to earn big money. We have $150. 240, so we're going to upgrade the candy a few more times. Now it's $100 per cycle, so it's definitely worthwhile. And the manager light has lit up, so now we can buy it's a raisin, $255 for the top one. It's a raisin wearing a cowboy hat, so that one's just going to go off all by itself now. No more clicking for me. I'm obviously far too busy and dignified for such actions. That money is really going crazy though. So we're going to buy a few more levels for this. Now we're up to $220 per click, so the income just went up again. But now it's only 3 clicks to buy ice creams. So we'll go ahead and buy that. That's going to get $180 at base value, but it's going to be slow. That one's about 8 seconds, whereas the candy is about 5. But the first upgrade is always the most worthwhile because it's literally going to double its value. So now $360 in 8 seconds is definitely our most biggest earner. So we quickly broke the $1,000 mark, but that's good because our snack-o-lanterns are going to cost $20,000, and we still have to get all the way up into the tens of billions. Since the raisin cowboy in the background's going off a lot, let's just spend $2,000 on upgrades for it. And yes, there's a quicker way to do it, but again, I just want you to sit here and watch this. I mean, you're here to watch the video, so watch the video. This one will almost be leveled up now, level 110, so it actually got a big boost to its earnings. Wow, that's a stupidly big boost to its earnings. $5,500 per cycle. I had no idea it was going to jump that high. So that was obviously worth it. I thought it was just being stupid. So now we can buy Masky McSullahan for $40,000 and B Dandy Man for $4,200 because he's not very valuable. So now all 3 of my businesses are running automatically, and we can also buy Snack-o-lanterns. That's $1,440 per cycle. We'll upgrade that. Now it's $3,000 per cycle. I feel like it's still mostly going to be worth it to upgrade this. It is getting more expensive, but if I try and buy the next level, okay, never mind. It costs $1 trillion. So we'll focus on other things, like more pumpkin levels. We spent a lot of money, but now it's going to be $6,000 per close. It does take 15 seconds or something, but that's worth it. By the time this actually cycles, we might be able to upgrade it one more time. Well, that didn't work out. The next upgrade's $50,000. We should be able to upgrade this one, and then we'll be closer to about $10,000. Yep, $10,000 per cycle. We just need the manager for this, so I don't have to click here anymore. Let's try and get this green bar filled up by upgrading this business a lot. I think we're probably going to have to go to level 100 and something as well. We might have enough money to do that though. We do still have $70,000 in the bank. I believe these do get faster as they level up as well. Like currently it's I think 5 seconds to cool down. Now it's 3 seconds and it's worth $132,000. That seems like a stupid amount of money, and I'm here for it. The next upgrade is going to be a long ways away. So let's buy Pumpkin Noggin. He's going to run Snack-o-lanterns for $124,000. No more clicking on this. We're going to reward that with some upgrades. So now it's worth $20,000 per close, which is really a small amount of money compared to the candy one. And under upgrades, the raisins can be upgraded by 6 times profit for $333,000. We have almost $1 million already, so we're definitely going to do that. So now this one, every time it closes, is $38,000. So we very easily have enough for shredded treat for $344,000. We're going to upgrade that and maybe upgrade it one more time shortly because it's going to get us $50,000 every time it closes. We're progressing through this very quickly, but that is surely by luck. I did not know these were going to get up to such big numbers so quickly. But again, we're still going to need them because these numbers get big. In fact, they are endless. So we can also buy wax wrappers for our candy profits. That's going to multiply them big. They're already making stupid amounts of money. So we are absolutely going to do that. So our candy store is now making almost $1 million every time the cycle goes, which is every 3 seconds. I'm actually going to upgrade this so that it is making $1 million every 3 seconds. And then we're going to go back to our candy log. Actually, this one's not going to take that many levels to level up. It is going to be expensive to do so though. Shreddy Kruger is going to run shredded treats. Okay, it's a shredded wheat or whatever it is, not a candy log. It still looks like a candy log to me, so it's going to be a candy log. But now we're making lots of automatic money. We're going to buy creepy dollies. Upgrading the pumpkin thing might be doable. That has to go to level probably 50, even though upgrades are costing $1 million each. But we're making $1 million pretty routinely. In fact, I should really just buy a whole bunch of this because that's a 10%, 20%, soon to be 30% income increase for our biggest earner. Okay, I spent as much as I could. We're up to 1.66 million per cycle. That looks like it might still be every 5 seconds, but that candy's making us tons of money. Creepy Dollies is very slow, but its face value is 207,000, and it's not going to take many levels to level it up. Looks like probably 10. And I've got time to upgrade Creepy Dollies 10 times, because that's probably going to turn into like $100 gazillion. Unbendable spoons, ice cream profit times 6. That only costs 3.33 million. Plus for 10 million, flameless candles and a snacko lanterns. But the ice cream shop really needs to be upgraded because it's only making $12,000 per cycle. That's no money to us. We are a 10 millionaire. Plus it looks like it only has to go to level 50 before getting its upgrade. No, it makes let's call that $5 million per cycle. I'm just going to go ahead and max buy that for 20 million. That's going to buy another 34 levels. We'll now make $7.5 million per its cycle. And we can buy another 368 levels here. It's currently making 37,000. It's now making 160,000 per cycle. So that feels right. And I can buy another 11 levels of the pumpkin thing. That puts its value up to 328,000, but it's only 12 levels away from its big level up. Creepy Dollies also needs a lot of work. I should probably also be clicking on that. Creepy Dollies is so slow though, I could probably mostly just ignore it for a while. Both of these need probably 12 levels to level up. We can actually check which one is cheaper. And that's certainly going to be the pumpkins for 179 million. The candy log is 1.1 billion, so we're not going to get there yet. The pumpkins are the way to the future, so we're going to buy another 6 levels of those immediately, so it's at least giving us 400,000 per cycle. And we're going to buy another 4 levels of alien candy, 5 levels, up it up to 7.8 million. Progress was going super quick for a while, now it's slowed down, but we are up to $83 million, so we can buy another 4 levels of pumpkin. And its final level and big upgrade is going to be 30 million. That won't actually take us that long. And we got it, so we're going to go from 423,000 to 28.5 million. So this one's earning over $2 million a second for its cycle. So we're going to try and upgrade that a little bit if we can. But we're going to let that close a few times, then we're going to spend our profits elsewhere. I guess Creepy Dollies probably gets its upgrade at level 10. I don't know how much it's going to cost to buy. 3.82 billion, which is just about the cheapest next upgrade. But the candy log is 1.1 billion. So the pumpkin's probably the best one to upgrade at this point. I am going to buy the Creepy Dolly Manager. No, I'm not. That costs 90 million and this thing goes so slowly it's not worth it. Corn Mazes is on the board. We'll buy that for 89 million. That's worth 2.4 million, but it takes a minute, well over a minute. I've never focused on anything for over a minute my entire life, and I'm not going to start now. We're going to buy another 110 levels of that. That's 190,000 per cycle, and that's a very quick cycle. We'll put another 30 levels into the candy. That's up to 1.9 million. Pumpkins really should be what I'm buying now. That's 29 million per close, though the upgrades aren't making it move a great deal. We're just sort of playing the waiting game now to actually earn enough money to do something with. Although our candy log, if we buy another 8 levels there, it's only a few levels away from the upgrade it needs. We just need to spend a few $1 million at a time. I saved up $450 million way faster than I thought I would. What's the next upgrade we can get? Chocolate milk for this shredded treat thing. I don't think that's going to be worth it yet because it's still only 276,000. Once it's upgraded though, then it's definitely going to be worth it. I don't really want to unlock any of these next super expensive ones yet because they're very slow to cycle and not at all worth it. This thing's like a cent per second at this rate. A modest savings of $700 million later, I could buy the final 3 levels for our log candy, which will take its earnings from 380,000 to 28 million as well. So that's 28 million every 19 seconds. So these are earning about 1.5 million per second so far. But if this is already at 28.5 million, once we upgrade it times 6, that's going to be 171 million. So now it is about $10 million per second. And I've got $264 million left over to spend on whatever I want. So let's go to our next most valuable thing. $33 million every whatever seconds. A few minutes later, $3.5 billion. So we're going to spend that trying to upgrade the next one on our list, creepy dollies. We could buy 7 more levels of that actually, which is huge. It's now worth $3 million per cycle on a very slow cycle. But it looks like we're actually only 1 level away from it upgrading, so as soon as we get the other remaining roughly $1 billion, we'll be able to get a big upgrade. And big upgrades is what we're here for. Okay, 1 more level, it's at 2.9 million now, 205 million per cycle. That is still a 60-second cycle. So the candy log is still much better. Actually, the upgrades for that are well worth it. But I'm also going to buy the manager for creepy dollies now because it's actually worth it to have someone touching the button once every minute. And when I select next, I can actually potentially afford to upgrade this. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I am looking at our Raisin Cowboy. That 110 levels is actually going to bring it pretty close to its next level. So it's now 230,000 per cycle, so it's not a huge earner, but it's doing its part. But if we get it upgraded, that might turn into a colossal number. Actually, now that I look at the Cowboy Raisin, its next upgrade is 1 trillion. We currently have about 2 billion. But we can afford a creepy dollies upgrade, so its profit will go up by 6, so it's now getting 1.2 billion when it closes. So it's actually somewhat worthwhile now. I'm also going to buy brains at this point. Not sure whether it started on level 2, but off it goes. It's actually 60 million per close. It takes a long time to do that though. We are going to buy another 3 levels of candy log. That put it up to about $200 million every 18 seconds, I believe. So it's probably our highest earner overall. I realized I had a few warps left over from an old event. That basically skipped us through, I think, an hour, which means it's an hour later and we have $1.1 trillion, which means we can afford the next upgrade for our cowboy raisins. And that'll take the earnings from $228,000 every couple seconds to $21 million every couple seconds. Now we're back rolling. We still have $83 billion left over to upgrade whatever we want. But our income just went up hugely because of this little one. I'm going to try buying another 3 levels. Okay, it didn't really make a significant difference, but that's just going to be a monster money earner in the background. I guess we'll also buy the treat basket at this point. We'll let it go. That takes 5 minutes, but it does make $350 million when it goes off. And we'll buy Johnson DeVorhees. He's going to run corn mazes, and that's just going to automatically go every couple of minutes. And we can afford the next level of brains for $32.5 billion. So now we're earning $9.8 billion every couple of minutes. And that is a big one. That's going to add up over time. It's just going to take a long time. So for $9 billion, we're going to buy Barb Zombie, and that's going to run this continually for us so we can go take a break. But every 2.5 minutes or so, it'll make $10 billion, so it's going to earn us some money. Several coffees later, $307 billion in the bank, which means we can upgrade Maze to its next level, which will give us $1.6 billion every time it counts down. We're also going to multiply that by 6, so even bigger earnings there, $10 billion every couple of minutes. Then I am going to buy another 157 levels of the candy because I wanted to see how close it would get. It's still giving us 3.6 million every time it closes, which isn't a lot of money anymore. But say we let the game run for 24 hours straight, or use the warp to make it seem like we did, we can then buy full-size choco bars, which take a full 5.5 minutes to touch down for $6 billion though. With the amount of money we have, we can actually upgrade that. So every 5 minutes it's going to get us $1.3 trillion. And that's obviously a big one for us. Given how cheap this one is, I'm going to buy Buckethead at least. The last one we are going to have to touch all by ourselves. Once our Choco Bar finally counted down, it gave us $1 trillion. We needed to upgrade the pumpkin container. So that's going to get 118 billion when it closes. Also, I'm going to upgrade the brains for ×6 profit. So that put it up to from 10 billion to 60 billion. And those brains go off often, and after that is going to be a moneymaker. It's crazy too because buying 1 level of Choco Bar is going to cost $122 trillion. So if we spend, say, $1.5 trillion upgrading the brain, which is, I think, our most upgraded thing at this point, that's now worth 94 billion. So that's going to take a long time to pay for itself. I did, however, just look up and realize the event suddenly ends in 33 minutes. I feel like that was many hours earlier, but maybe using my time warp actually moves this time as well. So we're maybe going to have to sort of speed run the rest of this. We've got 33 minutes to make a lot of money. Luckily, I can spend some of these gold bars I've collected to get 3 flux capacitors. These boost my profit speed by 1.21, so this is going to be a big time mover. So we better only buy 2 of those. That's more like it. Light speed earnings. Even these ones are still 5.5 minutes when I actually touch that. How long was that sitting there? Okay, it's 5 minutes, but not really 5 minutes. I'm gonna buy Jeff Goldgoon just to make sure that doesn't happen again. We now have a manager on the job. I mean, it's pretty fast. I feel like we can still go a little fast. We've only got 30 minutes left. And for 50 gold, we can also apply a permanent 12 times multiplier to this planet. Why, yes, I do think we should do that. So now every time this one touches down, it's going to make us $16 trillion, and it's going to do that fairly often. Also, the pumpkin thing is going to get profits times 6, so that's now up to 8.5 trillion, and that's going off, what is that, every 20 seconds? And the chocolate bars can be upgraded 6 times profit as well, so they're now 100 trillion every time they touch down. Still maybe not quite fast enough for me. So let's buy another one of these. We still got plenty of gold. Now things are moving so quick that this one's almost solid green. Next is all profits times 9, which is something we obviously badly need. Now we're making $1 trillion every... I don't know what we're making. We're making lots of money. We have over $1 quadrillion, and the chocolate bar at this point is earning almost $1 quadrillion every time it touches down, which is good because we still got 30 minutes. Vitamin crazy, that we're going to get 6 times profit there. It's currently earning 2.3 billion. Now it's earning 14.15. We're going to buy a whole bunch more levels of that, 18.76 billion. So it's making that number move a lot. Even at this rate with all these upgrades, it's still going to take a minute because we need 10 quadrillion for the next full upgrade for the candy bars. And yes, by candy bars, I mean just the candies, whatever. We can also do the angel boost where we can restart and we'll get 2% per angel, so we get 708%. But if we use some gold, we don't have to actually restart. So now the number of angels is going to go up quicker. But now things are up to a much bigger number. Now the chocolate bar gets $7.4 quadrillion when it touches down. But we'll manage a lot of disaster in the next 30 minutes. We can now upgrade the candy thing. That costs $10 quadrillion, but now it's earning 365 billion as fast as that thing can go off. Plus we're going to buy its times 6 upgrade for 1.2 quadrillion. So now it's making 2.2 trillion at light speed. Well, while I'm at it, I'm just going to buy the rest of these upgrades just because I can. That one's 22.2 quadrillion. I feel like that's coming up quicker than you know it. Just to be sure things are rolling along, I'm going to spend another 50 gold with another 12 times multiplier. Just to, make sure we're getting the most out of the next 27 minutes. And that means the number of angels we're building up again is going to go up. We currently have 380, which was a lot, 820 so far. But once you buy Dolly Profits and the Corn Maze, soon even more. I'm going to buy another 3 levels of this because this will give us $15 quadrillion. Now it'll give us 30 quadrillion. Oh yeah, and as we upgrade, it moves other things quicker as well. I forgot that was a thing. So we're also going to upgrade this one so it'll give 2.3 quadrillion. You know what? Let's just work our way backwards. Just giving things more and more. The more we buy, the faster everything moves. And we can buy the Corn Maze next level. It's currently giving us 43 trillion every couple seconds. Now it's 3 quadrillion every couple seconds. So this might actually be our biggest earner, especially once you buy it plastic skeletons for the maze. That's now giving 18 quadrillion every couple seconds. So we're getting money now. We're going to upgrade the brain. That's times 6 profits for it. So it's giving 2.1 quadrillion quite routinely as well. I feel like this should be more considering the maze is way outrunning it, but we won't complain. We'll max buy the maze, so it's up to about 20 quadrillion. Then if I buy 250 levels of this, is that going to speed anything else up? I can't really tell. And we've quickly saved up about 5,000 angels, which is going to be a considerably bigger boost than what we have. These are going up quickly, but we don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to use 20 gold to do a instant reset. We've already saved up 2,000 angels since we did that. So clearly that was worthwhile. And we could buy the next level for the pumpkins and the candy log. So we're going to do the candy log because I assume it's worth more. So that's getting 6.5 quadrillion routinely, and that's getting 10 quadrillion. The pumpkins are worth more for some reason. We're also going to upgrade peanut-free options to the chocolate bar for 2.5 quintillion and double stuff edition. Your mom likes that one, 500 quadrillion. I also accidentally just double-clicked and auto-bought something else to make all profits go up again, so we're making quintillions of dollars per second. But it's very important I climb this leaderboard of this thing I started like an hour ago. Since nothing is currently happening very quickly, we're going to check in on the angels. So we're going to get 10 times the angel amount again for 20 gold. And we've already earned another 50,000 angels since then. Because yeah, things are really starting to go bananas here. I don't really know what our biggest earner is currently. I'm thinking it's something over here. This is 1.1 quintillion, but this is 235 quintillion. So I probably want to buy another 4 levels of that. Yeah, that jumped up to 400 quintillion. And that's only taking about 20 seconds. So that's probably our biggest earner. Yeah, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 quintillion dollars per second. I don't think anything else is going to outrun that. Although this one actually is 26 quintillion pretty quickly. Now it's 36. So this is probably our biggest earner. As long as it can go off 10 times before that goes off once. They're both earning a lot. That's all that really matters. Since this one is 1.1 quintillion, we can buy another 50 levels of that. That wasn't worth it, but it was still satisfying. I don't know how you felt about it, but my satisfaction is far more important, obviously. Buying the next level of things is generally really big numbers. There's a sextillion. I believe that's going to be the cheapest of the options I'm seeing. Perhaps this one for 3 sextillion. Oh, we actually almost have that already. Didn't realize the numbers were getting that big. So we buy another 477 levels of that. Instead of 508 trillion, it's 42 quadrillion at light speed. So this will make a quintillion dollars pretty quickly. I'm not sure how quickly, but it will do it fairly fast. I can't count how fast it's going. Angels up to 420,000 from 60. We're going to go ahead and do that right away just to get this boost going. Since I've done that, we made another 106,000 already. So the numbers are even bigger again. We've done a lot with this past 10 minutes. And we're about to get the upgrade for the creepy dollies, whatever they're called. They're probably going to get quite a big upgrade. They're currently getting 412 quadrillion. These might turn into our biggest earner. 50 quintillion very quickly. Although this guy down here is up to 3 sextillion now. I forgot that I'd been picking up some of these things along the way, so I can add a 75% boost to the base speed of all games in the Gates of Heck, which is what we're on. So that makes things go even quicker, but we're still waiting for enough money to buy another upgrade. Given that we need to be making sextillions to make everything worthwhile though, it's going to take a second. We will buy more of the raisins for times 6 profit. That will simply pay for itself quickly and hopefully speed other things up as well. This isn't going fast enough, so we're going to buy more flux capacitors. I'm going to buy 2 of those because we just got a gold top up mysteriously somehow. I was buying 12 times profit things before. I should have been buying 27 times profit things. I didn't even see that down there. That feels better again. We're up to 203 sextillion dollars. This is making 6.4 sextillion. There's a few other things that are really going crazy. The cord maze is maybe my biggest earner at this point. If this goes off 10 times before that goes off once, they're probably pretty close, but it depends on what I max buy next. 5 levels of this or 2 levels of this? 2 levels of that, up to 7.6 and 5 levels of that anyway. We make more money no matter what. 22 quintillion dollars at light speed is also a lot, so we'll upgrade that. Even with all these upgrades, things are still super expensive. So we'll do the angel reset with about 3 million angels. That should be a 6 times profit bonus. So the sextillions are flying by. Next we're going to be on to the septillions, and that's good because we should be able to buy more upgrades. Well, we at least get to buy the haunted ice cream for 906 sextillion. That put it up to 50 quintillion dollars at light speed. And I think we can actually upgrade that right now times 6. So we'll go ahead and do that. So it's 300 quintillion dollars at light speed. That might have taken over as our biggest earner. No, I suspect 55 sextillion is still the big one. The jack-o'-lantern thing gets an upgrade. That's 1.1 sextillion very quickly. Actually, that's a big one too. That's really big. So I'm going to buy 15 levels of upgrade for that. You know, I'm going to buy upgrades for everything I can right now because I do think that's going to increase the speed overall for everything. And speed of all investments just went times 2, I think because I bought enough levels. Now that we made about 9 septillion dollars, we can afford the brain upgrade. That put it up to 40 sextillion. Still not huge, but that earning definitely does help. I changed my mind. That's actually a lot of money very quickly. The candy log is going up, and so is creepy dolls very soon. And then we'll check to see what that's actually worth for us. Creepy dolls, 4.2 sextillion. Yeah, the sextillions are adding up quickly. We're coming up in the final 10 minutes pretty quick, so we've got to get moving. We're going to go from 3.5 million angels to about 25 million. That's going to help us get more profit again. We've already made $1 million, 2 million back. Okay, and the corn maze is making lots and lots of money, so let's give it 6 times profit, and the brains also get 6 times profit. So the corn maze is now making a septillion dollars every 4 seconds. Now it's doing it in less than 4 seconds. Ones like this are also making a septillion dollars. I don't know how fast, but probably very. So we'll help them out with some upgrades as well. And upgrades for everyone. The chocolate bar might be the best one for upgrading right now. I know these are getting expensive, but each one does giant bites to sextillions. We can also buy all profits times 9, so I'm going to get that right away. We're going to upgrade the chocolate bar because I know that's a big one, and the pumpkin basket as well. But no, this is 27.5 septillion dollars every couple seconds. Speed of all investments also just went up ×2. So now we're making octillions of dollars, which means we should be able to get the next upgrade for this, and our income is going to go bananas at that point. These little ones have stopped going to the moving bars. They're just the barber pole looking thing. I don't know what number that means, but they're going off a lot of times per second. Since we're running out the clock here, we're going to buy almost 500 million angels to give us another little income boost that we badly needed. To put that into perspective how big that is, we've almost made 500 million angels back like instantly. Like there they are again. But we can also use the angels. We can sacrifice X amount, 7 million there to get 777 times earning on the ice cream. And same thing for the chocolate raisins. I don't want to sacrifice 77 million angels though on the next one. Not worth it. Although this candy now is up to 6.7 septillion and it's going quick and we can upgrade it. Let's try that. 5.5 octillion. Okay, that was a crazy number. Also, we're going to upgrade the chocolate bar, so that's $40 octillion. The candy is still a better earner right now. Pumpkin thing's going to get upgraded to 3 octillion. In the raisin hat, that's 2.8 octillion as well. These two are the biggest earners now. And apparently these can get upgraded again with profits ×6. That seems unnecessary at this point, but we're just going to keep buying things. So this is up to 31.5 octillion at light speed. Couple more upgrades here. I think we're running down to 7 or 8 minutes left. 6.5. Time flies when you're buying stuff. The amount of angels has jumped up to, well, a lot more. About 80 billion now, so we'll do that. If we had 80 billion, we've already made 5 times that amount. So Choco Bar is getting an upgrade, so is the pumpkin thing, so is the maze, so is the brain. 666 distillion for all profits ×9 will also be a big one. I can also start sacrificing some angels, like 777 million isn't that bad anymore. 7 billion is about 1/10 of my earnings. I don't really want to do that yet. But I could buy the next level of the corn maze, so that's up to 4.19 nonillion. That's one beyond octillion even. These are actually already there though at 5.2 nonillion. Didn't realize those got up there so quickly. We have $50 distillion. So I'm going to max buy the candy to hopefully upgrade that number. 5.2 to 6.5 was actually pretty big. This is going from 2.8 to 3.1. That's going to add up over time. This one's also pretty big. That could probably be a lot bigger, but they're going off quickly. Anything that's earning us nonillions is really good for us. This one's 40 nonillion, 49 nonillion. This one's 4 nonillion. And the numbers are starting to get even stupider. Like to get the next upgrade is a septendecillion, tridecillion, undecillion. To help us get there, we're going to claim 2.5 trillion angels from our 80 billion. That's our last 20 gold, by the way, but we already made about 1 trillion angels back. So now this is going off at 1.6 decillion every couple seconds. So that's going to help us along. Even these, that's 202 nodillion, like 100 times a second, which means we can do all profits ×9 thanks to this, and raisin profits ×6. And candy on a stick also. Those are our 2 biggest earners, really. There's still a lot of upgrades to go. Luckily, I can afford a whole bunch of them because of our earnings. This one was lit up for a second. I need to make it to this one for another ×9 profit. Easter reskin and the chocolate bar are upgraded. Now, this just needs to hit 100 and then we can get cardio, which we just hit, but even with 20% over, so that's 9 times profit again. So this is making $785 decillion very quickly. Then we can buy the next level for a few things. We're going to work backwards. So this is making 20 undecillion at light speed. So that's likely our biggest earner by far. Hopefully we can upgrade that soon. It's our biggest earner. Now it's our biggest earner ×6. I'm pretty sure an undecillion is the biggest number we got. This one also now is a 23 undecillion. The pumpkins are still bigger, but I'm curious if I can do anything here. Not really. These are all fine. But if they're not into undecillions, I'm not interested. We can still buy all sorts of upgrades, just basically without having to sacrifice angels. While we buy the brain upgrade, the corn maze will come back to me shortly because we're making like 10 duodecillion a second, so this is really only 12-13 seconds worth of earnings. Like right now. We could buy 60 more levels of this. That was like a almost 15% increase. And I'm just going to click on everything else because we're down to, I think, the last 22 seconds. Speed of all investments just went up by 2 as well. Checking the leaderboard. I did break the top 10, which is pretty funny considering I started like an hour, 2 hours ago. All right, it reset me because the event ended. We earned 448 quadrillion on Earth while we were gone. Speaking of Earth, this is where it all started. Our simple lemonade stand is earning 44 Octogintillion a second. I have no idea what that means either. And I have no idea which one of these are the big ones or not, so we're just next buy some of these and let it go. I realized that some of these businesses weren't really moving as quick as they could have been, so I just started max buying everything. I also forgot about this little tab up here, so we can just buy all sorts of things in a hurry, or we can just max buy things and watch the numbers get stupidly bigger somehow. So I max bought my way all the way through Earth. We can't just afford the next upgrade instantly anymore, so clearly this is kind of a buffer for us. Octogintillion, real big number.